So welcome from Focus Gaming News media booth to Tim Scoffham, who is here from WA.Technology Group. You are the CEO, and your company provides a full spectrum of iGaming platform solutions, which sounds enormous. So Tim, before we do anything else, explain to me what that means if you provide a full spectrum of iGaming platform solutions. What do you do?
Firstly, thank you very much for having me here today, and it's always good to see you guys. So, WA.Technology Group encapsulates not just product. It wasn't for us always about just providing platforms. At a conference like this, you can walk around the floor and there's many on offer. What we wanted to provide to our customers in the emerging markets where we focus our business, and when we talk about this sort of turnkey solution in terms of this full suite, was about the peripheral services that we offer outside of just our platforms in terms of our managed trading services, risk analysis, supporting our customers with our data suite, and sort of peripheral services that actually support who we are as a group. So WA.Technology Group ultimately, I never liked the term one-stop shop, but the focus was actually about being able to provide customers with everything, not just providing them a platform, but the services that support that platform that enables them to monetize it. Our focus is emerging markets. They are complex, they are fragmented. And for us to actually be able to support our customers outside of just providing a platform was the main core reason why we started the company. And that's our focus when we talk about full suite and what encapsulates what is WA.Technology Group.
So immediately I'm going to ask you, you've just mentioned emerging markets, which of course, just by their very nature, have lots and lots of challenges. You're a new company, so you kind of thrown yourself in the deep end then, a new company investing and putting yourself out into emerging markets. Now, when we talk about emerging markets, which markets are we talking about specifically? What tickles your fancy?
Emerging markets for us, as we look at it on the map, ultimately is LATAM, Africa. We focus specifically in markets like Nigeria and Brazil. So emerging markets for myself is something I've been operational in for over a decade. I mean, I haven't worked in kind of more mature markets for a long time. So I'm quite well versed in understanding the kind of nuance of it. So that's where I see emerging markets, and that is what our focus is as a company.
So I'm going to ask you a kind of bit of a personal question there, because you just said that you yourself have been in the industry for a decade and beyond. And you've chosen emerging markets. That's what you want to go into. What is the challenge for you, Tim Scoffham, and of course also WA.Technology Group? What is the challenge for you that you say, yes, I really want to rise to this? Obviously, you're very experienced in emerging markets. You'd already knows what those challenges are, but what really gets you about success in emerging markets?
Look, the focus for us isn't about, I can sit here and say, well, I've done this for 10 years and that for 20 years and so on and so forth. It's not necessarily about the experience you have, it's about the local knowledge on the ground. And part of our focus as a company, in terms of understanding, quite rightly, as you say, the complexities and the nuances of what we call emerging markets, is having on-the-ground teams that understand the people, they understand the actual audience. I'm not talking about our customers, but our customers' audience. So having that insight, that knowledge of on-the-ground, of on-the-ground insights, what's actually happening that's the challenge, but that's how we kind of unlock it. And that's our focus in terms of being able to get into those markets, provide the services we offer to our customers relevant.
And that's absolutely crucial, isn't it? Is understanding specific niche, bespoke needs and making a solution that is providing a service that is not there. And that leads me on to ask you, okay, so you yourself, you said, if you're here at SiGMA, there's a lot of people that will say that they do these turnkey solutions, platform services. What specifically makes you different? What made you say, okay, WA.Technology Group has a opportunity here, and that's what we're going for? So what's the USP?
Look, as you say, a lot of companies say a lot of things here, and I can't speak for them. But for me, the focus was always around a couple of core attributes. As us as a company, forget this product and that branding and so on and so forth. It really came down to 3 or 4 core aspects. One, as I've already mentioned, was about local knowledge on the ground. people who understand the customer, it's very hard to really understand what's going on in likes of Brazil, where we're currently quite successful as a company running it out of Europe. You're just so detached.
Right.
Yeah? So for me, that's the number one. That's the first one. That's the number one focus for us. The second is about having a platform that can cater for scale. Yes, we want to have bells and whistles and all sorts of features, but at the end of the day, we're talking about markets which are evolving, emerging, as we've said. And there's a huge amount of players there that want access to a platform. So we have to be able to provide, scalability. And the third really is around data. We've invested as a business both time and money into our data suite, our data project, which allows for us to support our customers with informed information about actually what is happening on the ground. So we understand the data that's as a result of the activity, being able to feed that back to our customers so they can make better informed decisions about how they are engaging with their customers, what marketing attributes they've got to drive customers to the platform, what different types of features or different verticals that we provide our customers might be relevant to them. But for us internally, being able to make decisions that are data-led is really important for us, especially as we've already discussed. Navigating these complex markets is complex.
Yeah, and of course, it's a massive market. And one that has emerging technologies, trends, and changing dynamics all of the time. So dare I ask you, Tim, you've launched this business. How has 2023 been? It must have been kind of the busiest year of your life, I can only imagine.
There's many ways to describe 2023. Describe 2023. Look, it's been a phenomenal year, and I can't give enough credit to the team. They just worked tirelessly to make us the business that we are. The reality is the company is a formation of expertise from different, I suppose, disciplines in the industry that have been embedded in this industry for many years. We started to pull them together over the course of the last few years, but 2023 is when we've really been able to nail it down, really been able to identify who we are. This is what we stand for. This is the value add that we give to our customers. These are the markets we're going to focus on. And this is our brand, coming up with a brand that isn't too specific, but unifies everything we are as a company. It's been a real focus for us. So look, 2023, it's been absolute chaos, but in a really positive way. And, to get towards the end of the year, knowing we've laid some really solid foundations to now be the company that we set the vision to be in 2024, 25, 26. We're on that right trajectory.
We're going to come to the future in just a second. I just want to linger just a moment more on 2023, because I think just having had the journey that you've had and you sharing your experiences, I always think that there's a hardwired moment. There's this phrase that I've come across about hardwired moments where you just remember them as if, and when you think back to them, it's as if it happened yesterday, and they're so pivotal on your professional experience, but also you as a person, as Tim as well. Is there anything that's happened in 2023 for WA.Technology's group and for you personally where you just went, that is something I'll never forget?
There are a number of moments the team have achieved, which I've been able to sit back and just go, wow, they've really delivered on something amazing here. But I suppose there's probably a couple. We focused on Brazil because we saw the opportunity, and we designed and built a platform that was supportive of that market. Everybody knows that Pixbet is a huge operator in that market and a great partner of ours, great client of ours. We were over in Brazil in the summertime, and Pixbet invited us to a football game. And the excitement of the crowd that were just so thrilled to be there, be so engaged in this football game, and just watching how they're engaging with the Pixbet brand, and to sit back and go, wow, that's our customer, and we've helped to make this happen for them, was just one of those moments where you sat back, was like, we're here, we've, after all the trials and tribulations, and to actually get together, was just like, wow, and we were all wearing the shirts, Flamengo shirts with Pixbet branding, and that was our customer engaging with their fans who were going crazy around this stadium. It was just like, That was a really, really cool moment. And
Tim, that's a goosebumpy moment for me,
Yeah.
just listening to you. How cool is
yeah,
that?
it was really, really cool.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I'm so thrilled for you.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask my last question. What if you've had this incredible, chaotic year? What is coming up? You mentioned 2004, 2005, 2006. But what do you see in the near future for you, and what do you see in the long term?
Look, in the near future, we just want to continue to develop and deliver for our customers that we have at the moment. SBC recently gave us an award, and really that's an award for our tech and development team that have just been relentless with our platform. And I want to make sure that we continue to be supportive of the company that we are today. But of course, we have to look forward. We have to look at how else we can develop as a company into other markets for other products and services that we offer our customers. So look, we've launched a number of other verticals within our group, which are really important to me, even though they won't generate maybe quite as much revenue as maybe sportsbook platform or casino activity. And those are really focused around verticals like our free-to-play games, our fantasy games. We have a whole lottery suite, which we've now rolled out. These are peripheral sounds like I'm not doing it justice, but these are additional verticals that support our customers to look at other ways to engage their customers. And what's important about that is one core term, and I always think I think it's misled in this industry. Everyone focuses on acquisition. Of course, it's important, but retention of your customer in a B2B context or a B2B2C or B2C context is absolutely got to be where you need to be. If you want longevity, if you want to make sure you're always providing to your customers, provide them with ways in which they can remain engaged. So, the focus of 2024 is to continue our emphasis and effort on our supporting verticals, but also, of course, looking at our geographical expansion. We focused on LATAM with an emphasis on Brazil. The team nailed it. They need to continue to be there. But we're also now starting to look at some of those other emerging markets, as we talked about at the beginning of the interview. And one of those for 2024 for us is Africa. So we've just developed another really cool platform that is supportive specifically of that market. This has been a tactic of ours to support the nuances between what would be the audience that might be relevant to a certain type of platform and how they engage the platform in Brazil in terms of Brazil users, or even extend out to LATAM, and the nuances, the differences of the African market. So we've invested and spent a lot of time, money, and effort on another platform that is specific for that market. So if we've got the same customer, we can say, listen, for this brand, you need to be using this platform. But for this brand, because you're in this market, use this platform, because we developed it specifically understanding the user in that market. And that's a key emphasis for us in 2024-25.
You see, it's so refreshing to hear you talking about customer attention, customer value, customer specific requirements. And I think specifically customer retention, because it's so easy to go out and get a customer. Keeping a customer is a real art. And I'm so glad to hear you saying that. Tim, your energy and your passion for not just your company, but also for your team is really, really beautiful. Thank you so much for coming here and spending time with us.
Thank you very much for having us.